Welcome back to Tipsy Whiskey Shenanigans. I'm Steven, and tonight, whenever the heck you're watching this, we are revisiting our 5 daily drinking bourbons and bringing you a brand new list of our new daily drinking bourbons. So, a little while ago, we had a comment on our original video of our only 5 daily drinking bourbons, or our top 5 daily drinking bourbons. And it said, hey, revisit these, do them in a blind. I bet your guys' order will be a little bit different. And so I watched the video and I looked at the... So, a little while back, we had a comment on our original video of our daily drinking bourbons, our top 5 daily drinking bourbons video, and it said hey, revisit them essentially. I think your guys' orders a little bit off of what you would actually put them in a blind. So, I rewatched the video. I looked at everything in there and I was like, wow. Some of these bottles I don't even like anymore. Some of them I don't have on my shelf anymore because I found better ones or ones I prefer over those. So I was like, yeah, let's revisit this. Let's revisit the concept of our top 5 daily drinking bourbons. So I took all the bottles in my collection that fit the category of what the heck is a daily drinking bourbon? And that is, you need to be a bourbon. You need to be sub $30 because, well, if you're drinking it daily or more often than not, it needs to be something you can easily replace and it's not going to cost an arm and a leg. So it needs to be findable, a bourbon that tastes good, and sub $30 so you can actually afford to drink it daily. So we scoured. I ended up getting 12-ish bottles. I think somewhere around 12. Then I put them in a blind. I obviously did this off camera because this is just, it took me an hour to do this and there's no way I'm cutting down an hour-long video. But I put them in a blind, A, B, B, A, B, 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 A, back and forth for, like I said, about an hour till I came up with my ranking. So today I'm bringing you my top 5 daily drinking bourbons according to that blind flight and according to me. I mean, I agree with these top 5. These are all phenomenal bourbons that fit. Some of them went about where I thought they would have in the list, and then others kind of exceeded and others let me down. So, daily drinking bourbons. What are my top 5 daily drinking bourbons? To kick it off, number 5, the 5th best daily drinking bourbon, it's going to be Old Granddad 114. This stuff is fantastic. It is 114 proof beam. It's kind of single-sided on the flavor, in my opinion. It doesn't bring the most, I don't know, complex flavors per se. It's very nutty, oaky, a little bit tobacco, a little bit of fruits in there. But it brings it at 114 proof, so it doesn't bring the most intense flavors, but what it does have, it does really, really well. So it brings a really good nutty note. It brings a really good creamy vanilla, a little bit of an oak note. And honestly, for $20, this is so fantastic. And it makes a great mixer for, anything you might need a mixer for. So Old Granddad 114 is our top 5 daily drinking bourbons. I would have expected it to go higher because I absolutely love this stuff, but turns out, that's why we did a blind. It turns out it made the list top 5, but not quite all the way up there. Still, really, really good daily drinking bourbons. And all 5 of these bottles, they are in a particular order of what went for my blind, but they are all fantastic, fantastic bourbons. So, if you can get any one of these are all going to make great daily drinkers. And there's a few bottles that didn't make this list. I'm not going to tell you now. You're going to have to look. But there's a few bottles that made this list or did not make this list that are also fantastic bottles. They just didn't beat these ones in my opinion. And number 4, I would have thought this was going to become number 1, full disclosure. Wild Turkey 101. This stuff is so freaking good. This is Wild Turkey juice blend. It's usually a blend of like 6 to 8 year old Wild Turkey bourbons at 101 proof. And this stuff is just, it's so freaking good. So good. It's, again, $20. Like most of these are significantly sub $30. This is $20 in my area, and it brings this really nice, like, it's like a cherry pie with like a huge amount of like whipped cream or like toasted marshmallow fluffing on top. It's so good, like vanilla ice cream with the cherry pie. This stuff is fantastic. I absolutely love this. And like I said, I thought this would have become number 1, but it turns out it was number 4 because the top 3 were just a little bit better in that. And I mean, this is all super subjective. Like I said, all 5 of these are fantastic bourbons, but that one was number 4. And the number 3 for me, my third favorite daily drinking bourbon, a huge upset for me because I didn't think this was going to make it at all. And that is Maker's Mark 46. This one has grown significantly for me. When we made the original one, Alec put on Maker's Mark. I was very against Maker's Mark being on that list. I do not like the normal Maker's Mark. Maker's 46, I didn't love it originally, but the more I came back to it, the more and more I'm like, dang, this is really good. The most impressive thing about this is its mouthfeel. Its mouthfeel is insane. It's so thick and viscous for something that's only 94 proof. It just, honestly, it doesn't make sense. This is a wheated bourbon. This is the only wheated bourbon on this list. It's finished in French oak stave profile, but it's so good. The mouth feels fantastic, and it's like strawberry shortcake with buttercream frosting on the palate, and it's so good. This is such an easy crushable daily drinker, especially if you like wheated stuff. I don't think there's a better wheated bourbon out there than this. And I did a blind a little while back against Weller 12 in this won for me. I mean, some people disagree with that, but like I just went with authenticity, and this ended up winning. And it's, I don't know, this is such a weird upset for me, because 6 months ago I would have told you this stuff was garbage, and then one day I picked it up and I don't know, it blew my mind. And ever since then I've been kind of a Maker's stave profile finishing fanboy in a way. And then coming up in number 2, my fanboy bourbon, and just like the Wild Turkey 101, I would have thought this was going to be number 1, or like Wild Turkey 101 and this I thought were going to be either number 1 and 2, and that is Old Forester 100 proof. This is fantastic. This shows up in all of my like blinds or whatever, and honestly I believe this was in the number 1 of the original video, and if I didn't do this blind beforehand, this would have been my number 1. This stuff is so good. This is my go-to daily sipper. It's like $18 here. It's like a banana split with nuts and chocolate and caramel covering on it, vanilla ice cream. It's so good. $18 screw top bourbon. That's so easy to find. It's everywhere. A bottle like that at that quality for only $18. That is my true love for the daily sipper game. So now that you've seen my top 4, yet seeing number 1, pause the video right now, comment which one do you think is going to be my number 1, because honestly I didn't see this coming. This is not a bottle I typically would have daily drunk, nor would I have said it would beat all of these in the blind. It's just when I did the blind, that's what I liked, and it's kind of another new one. Just like the Maker's 46, it's a new found love for me. So I didn't see this coming. I'm a little blindsided by it, and that is number 1. My top number 1 daily drinking bourbon is Elijah Craig Small Batch. I did not see this coming. This stuff is really good. It's complex, it's nutty, it's like a peanut butter and chocolate. I absolutely love this stuff. Oak, peanut butter chocolate, nice like cherry fruits. It's really, really good, complex, has slightly herbaceous notes in there. And honestly, that's why it is the best daily drinking bourbon in my opinion, is because it brings, like, it's easy to drink, it's complex enough, it brings so much more like nuances and flavors than the previous 4 did, in my opinion. And I absolutely love this. I wish I would have gotten one of these when they still had the 12 on them, because I'm sure that would have been way better. But Elijah Craig small batch, $17.89 is my top daily drinking bourbon. This is like 26 in my area, and it's well worth the $26. I've tried bourbon at like $40 that does not even remotely match the complexity of this does, and this is everywhere. This is at grocery stores, it's at Total Wine, and it's all around like sub $30, like $24. And the barrel proof is also one of my favorite barrel proofs. So maybe I'm just now becoming an Elijah Craig fanboy and I didn't know it. That was a huge upset for me. I did not see that one winning, nor did I even really think it was gonna hit the top 5, full disclosure. I would have expected something like, like Russell's 10 or something like that, but it is what it is. So yeah, this is my list of top 5 daily drinking bourbons. To recap that, we got Old Granddad 114, then we got Wild Turkey 101, Makers 46, Old Forester 100, and then the huge upset, which is Elijah Craig small batch, which happens to be my top daily drinking bourbon. If you like this video though, please do me a favor, like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you guys thought about my list and this video. Let me know what your list would be. Let me know which daily drinkers did you like? Which daily drinkers would you have liked to see on this list? The only one that, if I had, I think would have changed the skew of this would have been Cooper's Craft 100, because I've only heard great things about that stuff, but it's yet to hit my market, so only time will tell if this list still stays the same. We might have to do a 2023 or 2024 rendition of this. Who knows? Also, check out the Facebook, Instagram, and the Patreon. The link for the Patreon is down there below. Cheers, y'all. We'll see you later.